Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It is Kev, one third of the super team that is Games Music Life, and I'll be coming to you with a review of the new Gucci Man album, WOPTOBER. Now, to kick this thing off, we've got the intro, F12. To me, it's a great intro for the album. He's got strong keys with a heavy bass provided by London on the track. Gucci comes through with an aggressive, braggadocious flow in typical Gucci Man fashion. With it, no hook, just bars. Works well, in my opinion. All right, next up, we got Aggressive. Nice keys on this track provided by Zaytoven. We get the typical Gucci Man flow from Gucci. It's simple but effective. It's a good start to the album. Next song up, we've got The Left. To me, it's got decent production, but it's very forgettable. It's a real boring hook with Gucci Man just finding different ways to work in the word left. And, it comes with decent verses, but again, it's a forgettable track for me. After that, we've got Money Machine. Now, for me personally, this is one of my favorite songs on the album. The Honorable C note comes through with a banger of a beat. It's got heavy bass with a hazy synth. The hook is underwhelming, but Gucci comes through with some smooth, relaxed flows for his verses. And Rick Ross pairs up with Gucci perfect with his boss talk on this track. After that, we've got Dirty Little Guy. Again, this is a family show. For me, this is going to be a real dope beat from Metro Boomin and Southside. It's got a subtle snare with really pronounced keys. Gucci Man shows a bit of versatility on this track with his storytelling, which I thought was pretty cool to see. We follow up with WAP. It's a great beat provided by London on the track. It's got booming bass. It's kind of a boring hook and pretty typical verses from Gucci. It's not a bad track though. All right, after that, we jump into Right on Time. I feel like Zaytoven is at his best on this track. He's got his signature keys coupled with an energetic snare. Now, as far as Gucci goes, I feel like we got a real lazy hook from Gucci, just repeating Right on Time over and over and over again on this track. The song feels like it slows down the album a bit, which is unfortunate since Zay came through with such a nice track on here. After that, we've got Bling Blow Burr. Another Metro Boomin beat with a heavy synth and a leading snare. Gucci sounds really good on this verse with some funny bars. I feel like Dolph fits in pretty well on this track, but it's not a huge standout. After that, we've got Icy Little Bit. To me, this track was just, yeah, I can take it or leave it. It's just kind of a filler track on here. It's whatever. Following that up, we got Lover Body. We get a little bit of singing Gucci on his verses. Again, this track is just kind of but it's nice to see him try out a different flow on this track, so I give him his credit there. It's not a terrible track, just forgettable. After that, we've got High Five. Now, for me, this is a dope beat. Metro Boomin came through and laced Gucci with this joint. It's got a booming bass with Gucci riding the beat with ease. With it, the hook is forgettable, but it's short, so it doesn't really stand in the way on this track. So definitely a cool track to check out. Coming up after that, we've got Out the Zoo. Drummer Boy coming through with a banger. Really spaced out beat with heavy bass. We get a little bit of a laid back Gucci flow on here, but it really does the beat justice. And then finally, we've got Addicted. I felt like this was a good way to close out the album. Gucci giving us a little look into his life and his struggles with addiction for both himself and his family. The second verse on this song is probably the best verse I've heard from Gucci Man in a while. Overall, it's not a bad album, but nothing that really stands out in his catalog. And, that's okay. Gucci Man, for his entire career, has been an artist that has had a huge output. So, everything's not going to be a hit, and I understand that. With that, the biggest downfall on this album is the hooks. I really feel like they're so repetitive that they get in the way, and they can just kind of fatigue you. Listen to this album, make you want to switch to something else. But the saving grace on here is the production. I think it really worked well for Gucci that he was getting his beats from a mix of producers instead of just going to Zaytoven, and with that, it helped him expand his sound a bit while still staying true to himself. On his next project, I really hope to see Gucci venture out even further in his content and beat selection. Overall, I rated this album out as a 72. Not bad. If you're into Gucci Man, definitely worth a listen, but I'll be checking out his next album that coming up here in December. If you've already listened to this album, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. Like this video if you like what you hear. Subscribe to the channel. Check out some of our other content. In the meantime, though, I appreciate you rocking with us. This is Kev for Games Music Life. Peace.